Raise your hand for the question. Try to come to as many of you as we can. Who wants to kick off? We'll go to Tom Cantor.
Hi.
Thoughts on the performance first?
Well, I'm very happy with the team performance, with individual performances within that performance, because we knew how difficult it was going to be, especially coming back from Madrid so late on Thursday afternoon, and the energy that we spent in that game, and understanding that you don't want to talk about it. You have a huge game in a few days here. But we talk about hunger and about having the ability to focus and be so determined on what we had to do. And yeah, we had some fresh legs from a few players. You could notice that big time because the individual performance increased and then the team flowed in a different way. The moment that we did that, I think we engaged the supporters. And when that happens and you create the atmosphere that you saw to the Emirates, we make it very, very difficult for the opponent.
Can I just point toward Miles Lewis-Skelly, who started in midfield today? There was a lovely moment at the end of the game. We saw you embraced him.
Yeah.
Quite some few seconds. It seemed like an emotional moment and
Yeah.
a proud day.
He fully deserves it. I've been tough on him. He had a spectacular season last year when he jumped into the first team. He had some difficult moments after that, but he stayed very humble, very focused, very aligned when we wanted to do, and I knew he was ready. He's been showing in training every day the opportunities that he had to play. He's done it, and today he really stepped up, and I thought he had an incredible performance.
Gary from Sky.
Hi.
The nature of the victory, the nature of the performance, playing with confidence, with a smile on the face of the players, no injuries it seems, and able to rest some players as well ahead of Tuesday. Has it been actually a really important game, this, for all those reasons?
It was a critical game because we know the importance of the win and the manner that we've done it and the goal difference in the Premier League, and because this game it was going to carry a lot of energy towards the next game. And it's certainly going to do that. And now we have one of the biggest games in the history of this stadium, for sure, on Tuesday in front of our people. And we're going to try to make it happen.
And in the hotel on Monday night after dinner, will you all come around the television set and watch the City run?
What do you think?
Yes?
Yes, because I love football. And there's so much at stake. So, yeah, I will be there.
Alex, BBC.
Hi, Michael. It's
Hi.
been a big couple of games for Victor Gyökeres scoring the Champions League semi-final and then a brace today. It seems like things have started to click for him after some criticism as well. Just wonder how you've seen it.
He had a great performance. I think in Madrid, especially the first half, he was really good. And today, all the minutes that he's played as well, his contribution with the goals, obviously. He was in every action, every attacking action. He was involved, scored 2 great goals, position-wise, timing-wise as well, something that we've been working on. And yeah, it's going to give him a big boost of energy to him and confidence to the team as well.
It looked like him and Bukayo started to make that partnership. It looked like it really clicked.
Yeah, they haven't played together much, unfortunately, because of the injuries as well that we had. But there is other relationships that I really enjoyed today.
James Athletic.
Just on Bukayo, Mikel,
Yeah.
it really looked like we were seeing him back to his best today in that first 45 minutes. Was that your perception as well?
Well, he certainly made a difference. I mean, he made 2 actions that obviously decided the game, and we know what he's capable of. He's come back in the most important period of the season, and now he's fresh. His mind is fresh. His hunger is at the highest possible, I think, height, and I think he needed a performance like that to impact the team. So that's a big platform for Tuesday.
And in terms of the substitution, was that just a case of protecting him? Was that something you thought about?
We have to. He played 30-odd minutes in Madrid. Now he's played 45 minutes. We need to ramp up his load, but we need to be careful because we need it on that pitch.
Sam Telegraph.
Hi.
Just on Miles playing in midfield, I think that's his first start there.
Mm-hmm.
What was the sort of thinking behind that, and why do you think it's taken this long to play him there?
Because probably I don't have a clue. And maybe I should have done it earlier. I don't know. But I have to do things when I believe that the player is ready, the team is ready, and the opponent is the right one to play with him in that position. And we've done it today. It's the first time. It was a big risk because I knew what was going to happen. If it works, it's great. We would have lost the game. What happened? how do you play a kid at this age in this scenario in a position that he hasn't played all season. I knew that, but I had the feeling that it was the right game for him.
Phil PA?
Just at the end of the game, you were walking around giving it the big uns to the fans. Was that just because off the back of being such a critical victory that in this title?
Yeah, and I try to appreciate the behavior and the energy that they brought to the stadium today, because it makes such a difference. And when you feel that connection with them, we are much, much better. And I know that it has to come from us. It certainly came from us today, but we need to do it somehow, even when the team is not giving it probably the right reasons, because with that, I think it's very, very, very difficult for the opponents.
Isan Dalima?
Hi, Michael. In terms of first half performances, could you say arguably the best first half performance in this whole season? And in terms of just the free-flowing way you guys play, what were the reasons behind that?
Yes, probably. I don't know. I have to go through all the games, but it certainly was one of the best. And the words that you use, I certainly agree with them. And there was certain connection in the team that I had the feeling that it was going to provoke that. You have to be really neat. And those connections happen because we had some freshness as well, which individually, if you want to see those actions, you need it in your legs to deliver them constantly and to see the things that we saw today.
And if he's looking into the right game, because sometimes in like a title race, about momentum and things looking at the right time, could this be the start of that?
Yeah, that's what we want. Now use that momentum, energy, belief towards Tuesday. We're going to certainly need that. So, yeah, when I look at the atmosphere in the dressing room, I think it's tracking in the right direction.
We're not going to be able to get around to everyone, sorry. The last couple, firstly, James, yes.
Hi, Miguel.
Hi.
Sort of watching Bukayo, it looked a bit like he had some of his burst back. Do you kind of feel like the Achilles thing has eased quite significantly lately?
Sorry?
The Achilles issue, has it eased quite significantly lately? Because it looked physically maybe like he did at the start of the season.
Oh, in a positive way.
In a positive way?
Yeah, I think so. I think the pain is gone. And that was obviously something that was restricting his capacity to deliver certain actions. And I agree. Today he felt loose, he felt relaxed, and I think we had the Bukayo that we know back.
And finally, Dave Guy.
Hi.
What does this performance and result say to City ahead of their game on Monday night?
He says to us and to our dressing room that we keep the dream alive, that what these guys have done, not now, but throughout the season, to win that many amount of games in the circumstances that we had to do it without so many players available at times, is remarkable. So it's great, because I think it's going to help for Tuesday.
Okay, well, thanks very much.
Thank you. Sorry, one more.
Can I just ask you about Mertesacker, please? He's leaving at the end
Mertesacker, yeah.
of the season and today.
Yeah.
I just wonder, how would you comment on his impact on the academy and players like Meisel, Skerling and Max de Jong?
Well, a legend of this club. I think what he did as a player, we were teammates. I have a great relation with him, and then what he has done for this club in the academy and in every level. And I think he leaves a legacy that is going to stay here for a long, long time. On the human side, because he's one of the best persons that I have met in football, and then as a professional as well, because he really has made a lot of difference in those young kids and their families to fulfill a dream. Yeah, thank you.
Good night.
He's in there.
Morning, everyone. Hi, Sam. How are you? I have a question.
Hi.
There seems to be some suggestion before the game that your players, some of your players were ill or sick in the standard version was ruled out. Can you just explain that?
The virus in nowhere, the training ground, start with some players and of course some staff members too, and something that can happen. I would not like to really to start the press conference in this way, because it looks like is the easiest explanation or the easiest way to go to find excuses, and is not really my way. But of course was a completely weird week from ourselves, apart from some big players for us. They are out really from through injured, because we have Sessegnon, Alex, of course Kenny coming back not in conditions, and Kevin too. We had this weird week from ourselves. That is the reason why Sander was not even in the squad list, and some players that they started the game, they had a completely different week. Some of them, they didn't even have 3 sessions during this week, but is what it is. We started with 11, is not the reason why first half we were not at the level that we should be.
Was it, what sort of virus? Was it just a sickness or
Yes, a sickness, yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And did any of the players who started have it, or were they?
I will not really to make any explanations about it. It was weird week, but simple as that. Much better if not happen, but when happen is not going to be an excuse for us. Looking to the game and talking about the game, that is the most important thing. Of course, we have to congratulate Arsenal for the 3 points, but we made their life too easy. That the first half, the way we are not at the level that this type of game demands from ourselves. One thing that is making us to be a team that is always hard to play against, because you are always very competitive, you are always brave. We have a clear identity how to play, and during the first half, all these aspects, they were not on the pitch, and we expected Arsenal to start in the way they did it. We plan to try to start strong too, and to try to express ourselves, to spread ourselves on the pitch. Sometimes it's not easy to set your game straight away when you come for this type of places. Their quality, their capacity to press, they let the game to go for individual markings that is not easy sometimes to beat. And come that moment that you have to be strong in some individual duels, you have to be able to hold the ball, you have to be able to beat your man. And of course, off the ball, we have to do the basics well. And this afternoon, if you look the way we conceded the 3 goals during the first half, we are not at the level that Premier League demands from you. I'm not talking about a game against Arsenal. Premier League demands from you the way we are not able to defend the box like we should defend, and to be strong enough in that type of moments. And that was the reason why first half was a big frustration from us and disappointing performance from ourselves in all aspects of the game. And Arsenal was always, we are the second best in almost everything during the first half. Clear conversation at half time. The message was clear for them. Okay, it was our obligation. The minimum we should have done is to do completely different things second half. We did it, but it was too late already, and the damage was there.
Nick, at the back there, please. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
You were just saying you're disappointed with the way you played in the first half. Maybe Arteta said that could be the best Arsenal played in the first half all season. So is it more about them or more about you?
Okay, Mikel, as normal, is going to analyze his side. I'm going to analyze our side. Is not disrespectful at all from my side, and from my opinion, we were not at the level that, not the game like this demands that we are at all. We were not at the level, of course, and you have many examples. You already played many times under myself here, and if you compare one thing with the other, you cannot see a team that wants to compare. Of course, the football game is always like that. Sometimes one team play what the other allow, and if you want my opinion, we allow too much for them. We make the life too easy for them during the first half.
Question from here.
I like how you're getting into the match details, but throughout, just especially in the first half, you guys were caught a lot in the transitions and there were loads of space in between the lines. Could you tell me exactly what potentially was the reason for your structure breaking down?
I understand your question. Sometimes if you want to go, of course, to go for a game like this one, and you want to press high, you want to go to match them in moments, of course,
and you have to be all together and you have to go. You are missing. They try to mix up a little bit our three midfielders. If you see the way the boy or Rice, they drop to make the three at the back and the other to move behind our midfielders. We took a little bit of time to understand that who is going to be the central defender to squeeze in and after to go. But to be honest, was not the reason. Not the reason why they beat in that first pressure ourselves. That was the reason for them to score the 3 goals. Just look for the way we defend our box in the 3 goals. First one starts from a set piece, 1v1 on the side. You have to control the striker in a completely different way. The third goal is the same. You have 2 against 1 inside the box. You have to control the striker and look for the second goal, more or less the same thing. 2 against 1 on the side. You let Saka to go behind. Many explanations that I can give you now, I'm not going to give. I keep for ourselves. Of course, you are going to analyze the game because it's important for us to analyze, like we do always when we win or not. We have a big one next week, another big one in the fight that we are for the European places, and we have to not to forget this one quick, analyze quick, put on the side, and after to go for the next one.
Would it be more of the case where you're tweaking these issues, or would it be reverse of the aggressive man marking style you applied today?
No, I think we planned the game in one way. We knew that is going to happen from Arsenal. We planned the game in our way to go and try to be aggressive and to give some steps forward in the first moments of the game. I really believe that if you look, they started better than us, and it can happen. You don't set your game. You came here. It's not easy to set your game straight away. You are going to be under pressure in some moments. We know that this type of game is normal. You are going to have a ball around your box. Some moments, probably more moments than normal. And of course, the basic things you have to do well, the way you are going to defend your box, the way you are going to defend some duels, and we were second best in almost everything first half.
All the best with Europe.
Thank you very much.
I was going to ask you about Europe, actually. Do you still feel that that's on for you this season? And given what's at stake today, was it disappointing that it was so flat?
Okay, but if I go 8 days back to you are going to think in a different way, the way we beat Villa, the way we were really on it, the way we performed so well there. Of course, if you ask me, I expected much more from ourselves, but we lost 3 games. We didn't lose the goal. The goal still open there, is there for us to fight for. If you ask me if you are going to be at the same level, should be impossible, because if you are going to be at the same level, I'm going to say to you that you don't have any chance. We have to go back for things that are important in our team, and I'm not saying that they were things that we did 2 months or 3 months ago. 8 days ago, we were in a very good level. We won a game clear at home. We perform at very, very good level, and just we have to do the same things again to win the next one. And of course, they are going to be massive, big 3 points for us that we have to win to keep in the fight.
One final question, Jack. Please, thank you.
Just an update on Smith Rowe next come up injured. Is there any update there?
Looks like cramp. Yes.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.